Before any new medicine reaches the market, it must first be tested in humans. But clinical trials don't just begin in a laboratory or hospital, they begin with regulatory approval. And this approval process varies across regions while still following a common goal, protecting patient safety and ensuring scientific integrity. In this video, we'll explore how clinical trial applications work globally, focusing on the United States, Europe, and India, and the critical role of ethics committees in this process. Let's start with the United States. In the US, clinical trials are initiated through an application called the Investigational New Drug application or IND. This is submitted to the US Food and Drug Administration. The IND is essentially a request for permission to start testing a new drug in humans. It includes three key components: preclinical data, manufacturing information, and the clinical trial protocol. Preclinical data provides evidence from laboratory and animal studies showing that the drug is reasonably safe for initial human testing. Manufacturing information ensures that the drug can be consistently produced with quality and purity. And the clinical protocol outlines how the study will be conducted, covering study design, dosing, patient population, and safety monitoring. Once submitted, the FDA has 30 days to review the IND. If no concerns are raised within this period, the trial can proceed. Now let's move to Europe. In the European Union, the equivalent process is called the Clinical Trial Application or CTA. Unlike the US, where a single central authority reviews the IND, the EU follows a more coordinated system. Clinical trials in Europe are governed by the Clinical Trials Regulation and are overseen by national competent authorities with coordination supported by the European Medicines Agency. Sponsors submit their CTA through a centralized portal known as the Clinical Trials Information System or CTIS. The application is then assessed in two parts. Part 1 focuses on scientific aspects such as trial design, risk-benefit assessment, and quality data. This is reviewed collaboratively by member states. Part 2 focuses on country-specific requirements including informed consent documents, investigator qualifications, and site suitability. This dual review system allows for harmonization across Europe while still respecting national regulations. Now let's look at India. In India, clinical trial approval is managed by the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization under the authority of the Drugs Controller General of India. To initiate a clinical trial, sponsors must submit Form CT-04 through the Sugam online portal. This application includes preclinical data, clinical protocols, investigator details, and ethics committee approvals. The regulatory authority reviews the submission to ensure that the trial is scientifically justified and ethically sound. Compared to the US and EU, India has strengthened its regulatory framework significantly in recent years with increased focus on patient safety, transparency, and compliance. Across all these regions, one element remains constant, and that is the role of ethics committees. Ethics committees, also known as Institutional Review Boards or IRBs, are independent bodies responsible for protecting the rights, safety, and well-being of trial participants. Before any clinical trial can begin, it must receive approval from an ethics committee. This review focuses on several critical aspects: the risk-benefit balance, the informed consent process, patient recruitment methods, and data confidentiality. The informed consent process is especially important. Participants must be fully informed about the purpose of the study, potential risks, possible benefits, and their right to withdraw at any time. This ensures that participation is voluntary and based on clear understanding. Ethics committees also continue to monitor trials after approval. They review safety reports, protocol amendments, and any serious adverse events to ensure ongoing protection of participants. So, what's the big picture? While the names and procedures differ, IND in the US, CTA in the EU, and CT-04 in India, the core principles remain the same. Each system requires strong scientific evidence, detailed planning, and strict oversight before allowing human trials to begin. These processes are not just regulatory formalities. They are essential safeguards designed to protect human subjects and ensure that new therapies are developed responsibly. The IND allows clinical trials to begin in the US after FDA review. The CTA enables trials in Europe through a coordinated multi-country system. Form CT-04 is used in India for regulatory approval via CDSCO. And across all regions, ethics committees play a central role in ensuring that trials are ethical, safe, and scientifically sound.
Subscribe to MedPharma Global and follow us on LinkedIn. Join our network for the latest in pharmaceutical innovation. Subscribe and follow us today.